happy people aren't violent.
Hello.
Hi.
Today we're gonna do a get ready with me.
Since Serena is a master of the art of makeup and I know nothing.
So we're gonna do like a blue smoky eye. Channel this stewardess vibe? No, we're not going for a stewardess vibe.
I like to think of like cool military chic.
Starting with the base, we're gonna just go in with some bronzer. Like not even contouring, this is like bronzing.
I know
really.
nothing about contouring. So today we wanted to talk about like living freely. Freely, the banana girl. I had wanted to go to Art Basel because I have a lot of friends exhibiting here. And I kind of wanted to go with a friend, and so I hadn't planned it. I like wanted to go, but I didn't think I was actually going to go. And then I was like, wait, why not? And so I asked Serena.
I was like, yes, of course I'd love to go.
And we had no accommodation figured out, like it was until days before. It was so last minute, but we ended up having the best time.
It's been so amazing.
I was very close to canceling because it's hard to be spontaneous sometimes, but it's so worth it.
Especially when you're in school or you have a job. I mean, like, the way human life is set up, like, we always think there's something that we have to do and there's no time to do anything that we actually want to do.
Yeah, and we're not saying, like, don't go to school or have a job. Well, I do both of those things. But yeah, you shouldn't be a slave to the system, absolutely true. But you should also, like, find a balance because education and work are valuable.
When you can work within the system, you have actually more power to change. Because people take you seriously. Like if you're actually working in a job that is, I don't know, in the system, like people will respect you more and respect your opinions.
Right. If we're like living on an island and we try and talk about like the system, people are like, who these guys know nothing. If you're like working, if you're someone who's respected and well connected, then you have a lot more power. Like, I know the education system is screwed up. I know that too. Mm-hmm. But if you're aware of it, you can kind of, maybe not so much in high school. In high school, you have to conform to it because that's just the way it's graded. But at least in university, if you're just aware of it, you can kind of work really hard to get to a school, where it's much more like independent, and B, you can just like take
classes that you want to take, like. And also, but like if there's like a job that you think is valuable, like yeah, there's going to be sometimes hard work that's not fun, but as long as you like are doing it for a reason that makes sense.
And you don't have to, like the education system dumps people down and makes people like not critical thinkers, but if you're just aware of it, then you can avoid that.
Ooh.
Close.
Yeah, I mean it's all about balance too. Like find things that you love, find things that you're passionate about, and then hopefully those two things can coincide. But even if they don't, you can find ways to like take a stand against things that you're unhappy about by maybe first working through the system, like doing the grunt work.
We were talking today that you need to lead by example, and when you don't consume like dead things, you really give off this vibrancy and you live this way, and people see that. Like Serena, she's in and out of the country all the time. Me, I'm in Dubai, Miami, whatever, and that's honestly a part of the vegan lifestyle. Like obviously you can do those things if you're not vegan, but naturally when you are vegan, you're more likely to live that kind of like free, independent lifestyle because you're not a slave to conformity.
Right, to like want to travel, to like be unafraid to take risks, to be unafraid to like talk to people and
to have
meet
human
people.
Connection.
Yeah. Oh, like last night, that you should tell that story about.
Yeah, I mean, so like I know a lot of people, like people in my family, my friends, they're like afraid to connect with other humans because we've been instilled with this fear.
To be afraid of other people. Wow, this is so close to our faces here.
Because the media and stuff, it just shows so much hatred. Actually, we shouldn't be focusing on the things on fear and like divisiveness. We should be focusing on the things that are wonderful about the human experience. And,
exactly.
And actually, I talk to probably way more strangers than people would tell me is safe.
Right, and like sometimes it is unsafe. Like yesterday, we saw a really scary man. He was following us, and he for some reason thought we were Jehovah's Witness.
And he threatened us to annihilate us.
I mean, that was terrifying. We were walking down the street, and he was like following us, like right behind us. And it was a scary moment, but at the same time, like, of course you don't talk to people like that.
Yeah, and you can just move yourself in the situation, which we did, after which he told us to kill ourselves.
But just because there are scary people out there in this world doesn't mean that, like, everyone is scary.
And they're certainly not the majority, but they get the majority of exposure time on the media.
Yeah.
So we think that everyone is like that. We think it's a dog-eating cat.
Oh, yesterday we met this man who was like, what is he though? I couldn't really figure out what he was.
He used to be a concert promoter, and now he owns a gallery.
Yeah.
A famous gallery.
He is all about peace and global movements and connecting people. And actually we met him because we were walking by and his friend stopped Soraya and was like, what did he say about your jacket?
He was like, what is that pattern? I was wearing this
beautiful.
like Islamic, Arabic, kaftan. And that guy's Whiskey, his name. He's a
Yeah, his name is
filmmaker.
Whiskey.
A filmmaker. And this guy, he's gonna help me with my LA Piece by Piece movement, which you guys should check out. It's sorayabeheshti.com/piece-by-piece.
Link down below. And that's all because we just were okay with talking to this guy that we didn't know.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you're gonna have conversations with people and it's gonna be boring, and you have to put yourself out there and be okay with having bad conversations in order to meet great people.
And I've been out with a lot of girls where if a guy talks to them, they just assume he's hitting on them. Which is not always true. I'm thinking of some people right now who, like, in that situation, if had been with me yesterday and the guy stopped me saying he liked my coat, they would have been like, ooh, he's trying to hit on you, just walk away. And, like, you lose, like, even if he was trying to hit on me, why walk away before you even know what he's about? Like, you lose the potential. Like, you have nothing to lose just by talking to someone. And especially when it's a party in a crowded place where obviously nothing's going to be, like, dangerous.
Even if someone's hitting on you, it doesn't mean that you have to do anything about it.
Exactly.
You can just have a conversation.
There's no risk there at a party.
Don't go home with a guy, obviously, if you think he's hitting on you.
But yeah, I mean, and they would have just, like, brushed him off. But first of all, I don't think he was hitting on me, but, like, yeah, I mean, we didn't lose anything by hearing him out. There's my eyes. There they are.
She grew them herself.
Isn't she good? Isn't she wonderful?
I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight in the corners.
Yeah. Girl's a genius.
Oh, thanks. Actually, this is something we think we should talk about. I'm so terrible at accepting compliments. What do you say when people compliment you? I never know what to say. I'm just like, oh no, you're better.
I always find that I try and make a joke. I never know what to say. I mean, if I can, I try and return the compliment.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's something like, you're so good at doing makeup, and I'm obviously not doing makeup, you can't return the compliment. Like, you'd be like, thanks, you're so good at, like, being makeup on.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing. Like, you're seen as, like, as cocky or whatever if you, like, accept compliments, and if you're like, thank you, I know I look great today.
Well, like, I mean, I'm all for modesty and being humble. Like, I think humility is an amazing trait. But, like, then you should be proud of things that you are. Like,
Yeah.
if someone tells you, it's not like you just being like, oh, I'm so good at makeup.
Even if it's
Be
something
proud
that,
of
like, you were born with, like eyelashes, like, there's nothing wrong with, like, saying, like, thank you, I do like that feature or whatever.
Yeah, I find it's easier to accept a compliment when it's something you worked for. When it's something you're, like, born with, like, people will be like, oh, you have a nice nose. I'm like, thanks. Like, what do you say?
It's difficult, but I think it's, like, that's a skill to have also.
My regrowth. Guys, my hair on a vegan diet.
Grows
My hair's
so
wet, by the
quickly.
way. This has been, when did I dye my hair? Like, less than 2 weeks
10
ago.
days ago.
10 days ago. There you go.
I love highlighter. When I was little, all I wanted was to, like, powder everything and to have a completely matte face. But highlighter is, like, I don't know why, it's my favorite.
Nothing's good.
I love these, the Josie Moran, like, double-sided marker lip gloss things.
There we go.
And that's the
My
look, you
hair.
guys.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't done my hair yet, but thank you, Serena. You just did a wonderful job.
Oh, welcome. Thank you for watching us talk about random things. I hope you talked to a random person today. Talk to someone new. Talk to someone you would never talk to.
Be safe, though.
My dad and I actually play a game where we walk around and we say hi to everybody that we pass. And
That's so nice.
it's just a fun way to, like, jolt people out of their comfort zones because everyone's walking around looking at their phones or listening to music, and
Except
my
for
dad
old
and I are
people.
like, except for old people, and my dad and I are walking around, we're like, good morning, and often people get really surprised. They're like, is this person talking to me? Like, do I know you?
But
Why
they
are you-"
like it, normally.
But they like it. It makes them, like, it puts a smile on their face.
And you don't necessarily think it's true that, like, it can make a difference, but even if it's a subliminal, subconscious difference, it does, because that person's like, oh wow, someone cares about me, or like someone's happy to see me. It's even in a very subconscious way, but it does uplift people. And when people are uplifted, like that's just makes the world better.
So say hi to people today, give people hugs.
Always try to make everyone around you as happy as possible. Happy people aren't violent. So if you can make everyone happy, then that's what we need to do. Save the world.
Great. Peace out. See you guys later.
Peace out.